welcome to On Deck. I'm Tyler Redmond. I'm here with Dave Bristol. Nice to see you, sir.
Good to see you, Tyler.
Now, Dave, in the past year, you've had a pretty big year. This past year, you went to the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame. Can you tell me how much that meant to you to be able to be inducted?
Hey, that was the good things ever happened to me because of so many players are there that I'd managed in the minor leagues and the big leagues, and they treated me super. Couldn't have been better.
Also, we lost a Hall of Famer this year. We lost Willie McCovey. Can you just tell me what a memory of him that you have and what you remember about him?
Well, when I managed the Giants, I'm the one that had to tell Willie McCovey that his career had to come to an end. And he was super about it. The only thing he said, we're going on a 3-day road trip to San Diego. I played a few years down there. Could I go down there on that trip? And I said, yes. And we came back and we're playing the Reds in the afternoon game, and I pinch hit him in the 8th inning off Joe Price, the Reds left-hand pitcher, and he singled to right field, drove in the winning run, and I put a pinch runner in for him, and he came off the field with a standing ovation. One of the kindest, best players that I ever managed. And what a great career he had.
Yes, sir. And
I'm just glad that I was a small part of his career because he was so good to my kid, who was 8 years old, bat boy. Willie was always signed with Puma Shoe Company. Mm-hmm. Lance is my son. He told him, said, Lance, you'll never be without baseball spikes. He always had them there for him. What a wonderful person.
And you mentioned you managed a lot of players over the years, and you had a young Reds bunch that you managed. You had a young Johnny Bench, a young Pete Rose. Is that the best group of potential that you saw in your career?
Look how many of them are in the Hall of Fame. Yes. A lot of Concepcion should be.
Yeah, he should be.
Although I didn't manage him, he came the year after I left. But all those guys, they could all play. And Tony Perez was the leader, quiet leader of that club. And Pete was so good. All of them were bench. You can go down the whole lineup. Yeah. They could all play. And they loved to win. Tommy Helms, all of them.
Do you think we'll ever see another team dominate like they did?
I don't think so. I remember Bob Housen, the general manager, saying, this will be the last team that, through the organization, came up through the organization and in trades. And that's true. The rest of it's money became the biggest thing later on after that. It's what it meant.
Now, I mentioned earlier you had a young Johnny Bench, who's probably, arguably, in my opinion, the best catcher of all time. What did you notice in his younger years? Did you know then that he was going to be what he became?
Well, I'm not that smart, but you can see the talent. The arm, the way he threw. But the thing that impressed me so much about, as a young hitter, he could take the pitching like they teach. Ted Williams said, keep your hands inside, take the hands toward the pitcher. He could hit balls down the left field line and keep them fair. He and Smokey Burgess, the best two guys I ever seen, could do that. He didn't hook it foul. Gene Freeze played with the Reds one year and crossed the field, which had a big net out there and above the fence. Hit 23 foul balls, home runs. They kept count of it. Bench could keep it fair. And he was just good in every phase of the game. His arm stopped a lot of people from running on
stealing bases.
Pitchers, yeah. And his attitude was always good. And he believed in himself.
Yeah.
Lee May named him the Little General.
Did you ever think when you managed him that Pete Rose would be the hit king?
Well, he was always greedy. If he got a hit the first time, he wanted to get 2. If he got 2, he wanted to get 4. And a lot of times he did. One year in the minor leagues, I was managing Macon. We were playing in Greenville, South Carolina, Dodger Farm Club. He was 0 for 2 the first inning and went 5 for 7 the rest of the game. Awesome. Yeah, he's what a hitter he was.
In your opinion, with everything else considered, do you think he's a Hall of Famer?
With Pete Rose?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If Ty Cobb, he broke Ty Cobb's record for base hit, and Cobb is, without question, one of the greatest hitters
Of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, Pete Rose. But I don't know if he'll ever make it or not.
Yeah. On the same note, you managed a young Dale Murphy, and there's been a lot of talk in recent years with the Veterans Committee and other ways of getting into the Hall of Fame about the possibility of Dale Murphy going in. Would you, if you had a vote, would you vote Dale Murphy?
Very much so. He's probably the most best person, morally, spiritually, baseball-wise, that I ever managed. There's nothing, you can never say anything bad about Dale Murphy. And when I first saw him throwing, I said to myself, I hadn't seen that arm since Johnny Beans. When we were practicing in spring training in '76, and then something happened, that monkey got on his back, and he couldn't throw it in a barn. But he got better, man. He put him in the outfield, he'd throw you out. And what a great person he was. Had a great career in Atlanta.
Yes, he did. I think he's one of the best Atlanta athletes of all time.
He and Horner were two tough guys to try to pitch to get out.
What do you remember about Horner?
How quick bat he had. How quick his hands were and everything. I saw he and Mike Smith and Jim Rice in a long ball hitting contest in a golf tournament one year. It was awesome. It was awesome. I don't know who won, but we were hitting, it was down in Myrtle Beach, or Hilton Head. And they were hitting, and there were houses behind the screen. And it was a long way. And it was nighttime. And after they hit a few balls, you could see all the lights start coming on. People worried about getting windows broken. Those three guys put on some kind of exhibition.
Well, with any former Brave, I always ask this question. You are a former Atlanta Brave. Is there anything you'd want to say to Braves country, to the fans?
They've got some young players now that are going to be heard from. And what a wonderful, they got the best manager in baseball, Brian Snitker. The job he's done there is outstanding. And he's a good person along with it.
Last thing I'm going to ask you, right now we're at the Darrell Cheney United Way Golf Tournament. And you give up your time every year to be here. And what does it mean you'd be able to support such a good charity?
Well, the beauty of the thing is United Way does a great job, and Darrell is outstanding. But all the money stays in White County. I think that's wonderful. Yeah, I've always supported it, and I just hope the weather cooperates. We always have early spring, either cold weather or rain or something. But hey, that's part of it. Strap it on and go play.
Mr. Bristol, I want to thank you for your time.
You bet, Tyler. Enjoy it.